Today, it seems that subscription fees are a part of everyday life. From the apps we use to run our business, to the rings you wear to sleep, and even the water bottles that you drink out of. They have become so common that oftentimes we even forget what we're subscribed to. And for me, this cost my business $24,000 last year before I even realized what I was being charged for. You see, most subscription services are designed for you to try it before you buy it. And as you're checking out, they ask you for a credit card to put on file, and you see that $20 a month fee, and you're like, you know what, let me try it and make sure that it's gonna work for me. And then you forget, and then you start using it, and you're like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then you start onboarding team members, and then they say, you need to pay for a bigger plan. And once you're on that bigger plan, before you know it, you're spending $40 a person, and that subscription fee went from 20 bucks to upwards of 100 every month. And if you spread this across every single app and service that you use, from Adobe Creative Cloud to Adobe Signature in order for you to sign documents and read contracts, to water bill delivery, to Shopify App Store, to the mobile app store, there's so many different options out there that you can get billed for today that $20 purchase quickly turns into thousands of dollars a month. And those thousands of dollars a month add up, and at the end of the year, it can eat into any profit that you would have generated as a business. So in this video today, I want to share the 5 things you must know before you start signing up to another subscription service to get the most for your money. Now, I want to start off by saying that not all subscriptions are bad. The ones that are worth investing into are the ones that you can get a direct return on your investment. What does this mean? This means that whenever you're paying for it, it allows you to make more money than you're paying for that service. For example, subscribing to an email marketing platform allows you to build a relationship with a customer that then allows you to close sales. And every week or every month, you can see how much you've made on that email newsletter. Apps and subscriptions such as these allow you to justify your spend because they're giving you a direct return on the money that you're spending with that platform. But even if the cost is justified on a regular basis, you need to check and see if you can get better pricing. For me, it meant looking at every app and seeing where we were spending a lot and where prices were fluctuating. So for example, Klaviyo, which is an email provider, was starting at $175 for a relatively small email list. Now, it was a great investment and I didn't think there was anything wrong with it, but then I started seeing that every month the price would fluctuate. So as I did some research, turns out that they cap you on the amount of emails you can send. If you go over that limit, they charge you more. So on average, it was costing us over $300 a month, which meant that we were spending around $3,600 for an email platform, which I thought was going to cost us less than that per year. So instead of continuing to do business as usual, I shopped around and I stumbled onto Omnisend, which is an email marketing platform that costs about the same amount as Klaviyo does, but they don't cap you on the emails that you could send out per month. This meant that we were going to have a flat fee per month and be able to do more than what we were doing with Klaviyo and get added benefits. But making this transition leads us to the next point, and that's that business subscriptions are oftentimes hard to cancel. One thing these subscription services have done is that they've made it very difficult for businesses to break up with them. The way that they design their interfaces to the features that they have and all the accounts that you've connected to it, they make it really hard to justify the transition, even if you could be saving over 50% a year. And the reality is that they know this, so they're taking advantage of most small businesses out there, and they're just increasing their fees every single month by just a little bit, and you don't notice, but they're pocketing hundreds from you. And this means that oftentimes as a business owner, you're at a crossroads. Do you continue paying that fee, or do you cross over and save 50%? Sometimes the cost to transition is pretty difficult. And in the world of email marketing, it definitely is the case. I've used every marketing platform out there, from MailChimp to Klaviyo to Omnisend to some of the ones that are included with Kajabi, and even the other ones out there that are promoted at small business events. Every single platform has their own unique way of sending and a unique way of onboarding you. And let's face it, we don't like to relearn things because we're so busy doing it. But that's where a platform such as Omnisend comes in to assist entrepreneurs, as they have a migration service that does all the heavy lifting for you. And I started by signing up to Omnisend and then requesting a follow-up from their support team. They then reached out and sent over a PDF that included a step-by-step of what the migration services included. Now, originally I thought maybe they were just going to move my contacts, but I was actually very surprised to learn that they were also going to bring in the workflows I had, as well as the segments and the audiences that I created over the years. In that PDF, they included a link to a form that I had to fill out with my store's information, and I also had to give them access to my Klaviyo account so they could start working on bringing everything over. After a few days, I was advised that the migration was ready to review. So I logged back into my Omnisend account and I saw that the automations and workflows were there, as well as some of the segments. But not only did they bring that over, they also redesigned a master template that I could start to use to build new campaigns and automations. Now this not only saved me time, but it's gonna put us in the right place to start building out new campaigns a lot quicker and easier. Now, once this was completed, I requested a call from a customer support manager to just walk me through how to ensure that all of my contacts weren't gonna get spammed. And they did an amazing job in explaining what the process was in terms of warming up the audience and starting to send at a full scale like I was with Klaviyo. Now, this saved me so much time and it put things at ease. And then they also helped me confirm my domain name. So my domain name had to be transferred over. They helped connect all the little details and I was good to go. Now this was incredible and I was honestly very surprised by the level of service that they're providing us. It literally saved us thousands of dollars a year, and they were also including a lot of other benefits that Klaviyo wasn't including. So it made everything really smooth for us. Which leads us to our next point, and that's that there's always going to be a cheaper alternative to the apps that you're currently subscribed to. Adobe used to be a product that you installed on your computer and you owned it forever. It literally allowed you to do all of the same things that it does today, but you didn't have to pay $50 or $60 a month to use it. Today, you're paying over $600 to $800 to use the Adobe Creative Cloud, and before you used to buy it for just $600 and keep it for years. And the hard reality is that they haven't necessarily made that program any better. But today they're facing competition, and it's the beauty about being a small business owner. It's about realizing what your options are. So instead of being stuck on the Adobe Creative Cloud, look at options such as CapCut for editing your videos or Kittl for doing your designs. A lot of these subscription fees are starting at a fraction of the price of what Adobe's charging you, and they're giving you better benefits and even easier to use interfaces. Look at the features and what you need them to do for your business. By switching to the lesser known brands, I went from spending $24,000 a year on subscriptions to $12,000 this year. Incredible game changer. I cut my costs by 50%, and my overall workflow and team engagement and the way that the team operates hasn't changed. But regardless of what you're subscribed to, it's important that you keep a running list of everything that you're being charged for. For me, I use an Excel sheet where I literally put down all of the apps that we use in the business, as well as the monthly fee that they're charging us. And every 3 months, meaning every quarter, you go through and audit every single one. You audit it with scrutiny too. You say, hey, is this nice to have, or do we really critically need it for our operation? And chances are you're going to find a lot of apps that you don't even regularly use, or you don't even know why you're paying for. And by canceling them, you're saving money immediately, and it's not dragging on for the rest of the year. And you want to know something else? Sometimes when you put in that cancellation notice, they'll actually reach out to you and tell you that they're going to give you 50% off if you stay with them. It's absolutely insane. So regardless of whether you cancel it or not, you're going to be saving money. Because as a business owner, you got to protect every single dollar that's going out in order for you to remain in business and grow. Which leads us to the point of you taking full advantage of all the resources that those subscriptions and companies may have to offer. For example, a lot of these subscriptions that we have actually give you either courses or they give you options to speak to success managers. All of these are resources that you should be using because these companies are spending millions of dollars to help you succeed and grow. And if you're not taking advantage of those free courses, the trainings, the webinars, the support calls, you're definitely leaving a lot of money on the table and you're not maximizing that app to the full potential. So always make sure that you're checking in and that you're just reaching out. Sometimes these success managers want to see you win. And by them providing you certain feedback or guidance, they'll help you overcome certain challenges that you may not know they could solve. So if you are staying with a subscription service, make sure you take advantage of everything that they have to offer so you get the most for your money. So even though some legacy companies have made billions of dollars off the back of small business owners and haven't delivered higher value for a subscription service, there are companies out there who understand that small business owners are the backbone of innovation. And these services are the ones that I'm proud to partner with, such as Omnisend, who made this video possible. So if you'd like to get started with an email marketing platform that gives you more bang for your buck, make sure you guys use the code that we included down below, as well as the links that we have in the description to give you 30% off a paid plan for your first 3 months. Now, for a limited time, they're also offering free migration services so you can move from MailChimp, Klaviyo, or any other email marketing platform to Omnisend, and they'll actually walk you through the process and help make that transition that much easier. And if you're currently in the process of building a brand and you want to know how some of the most iconic companies stay in business for decades, I highly encourage that you guys check out this video here, and I look forward to seeing you there.